sergeant says, "You're supposed to use the camel to ride into town."
I'm Stuart Lee.
And I'm called Richard Herring, and we're at the Just for Laughs Comedy Festival in Montreal. But before we go on, I have a riddle for you. Riddle me this, my riddling dish. What do you get if you cross a lamb with some fire? Well, the answer...
Stop, Rich! There's no time for that this week.
That's my riddling dish.
I don't care. There's no jokes in this week's show.
Why not? This is the Just for Laughs Festival, surely.
Yeah, but this week, Rich, we're looking at political satire, the most serious comedy of all, of which there's been no shortage over the 15 years of the Just for Laughs Festival. 15
years. Think of all that's happened in those 15 years.
Yeah.
Old George, Tall, Bush, he's gone. Ronald, Mad, Reagan, Mrs. Thatcher,
yeah.
John Gray, Majors, the Berlin Wall is gone. They've all fallen. And all in the 15 years of the festival. Coincidence? I think not.
That's right. The satirists helped them on their way. And we're going to have a look at a load of political satirists now, including the top-class satirist, Will Durst, who really sticks it in for George Bush by pointing out that his name, Bush, is a bit like shrub.
Bush? Shrub? No.
That's right, and it's that kind of incisive political satire that's made Durst the world-famous satirist that he is today.
Wait! Bush! Shrub! Oh, that's funny.
Let's have a look at a big load of political satire from the Montreal archive.
And it amazes me that in the U.S., there are still so many people that are against the death penalty. And to me, it's just nature's way of thinning out the herd. There's a lot of people that need to die. And you know who never gets the death penalty in the United States? Are crazy people, are lunatics. Because that's a defense in our country. Well, he's crazy, he doesn't know what he did. Fine, then he doesn't know we're gonna kill him. The guy's that crazy, put him in the electric chair and tell him it's a ride. I don't want to hear about child molesters and rapists and perverts while they were abused as children themselves. Fine, kill their parents too. Kill the whole family. Forget the electric chair, have a giant electric couch. Put him in a big family hot tub and kick in a radio. We'll start with you, Grandma. Get your fat ass in there.
You ever go out to eat in a big city like Montreal? Get a little leftover food, what do you do with it? I'll tell you. Give it to a homeless person. Then you feel like a hero for the whole night. Guy comes up to you, he's like, "Hey, can you spare some change for some food?" You're like, "Change for some food? Tonight is your lucky night, pal. We're skipping the middleman tonight. Look what I got for you. 2 leftover chicken wings. They're good, man. I just ate 40 of them."
The President of the United States was on TV, said there's an education problem in America. He went on to say that 60% of all Americans cannot find Germany on a map of the world. 60%. And I say to the President, I say, "Hey, listen here, Mr. Carter. So what if 60% don't know where Germany is? What about the other 85% that do know where it is, huh? And why the hell should we care about those Germans after what they did to us back in Pearl Harbor there in '73?
I could not be a rap singer. These guys get the blame for everything bad that goes on in society, whether they deserve it or not. Remember that song, Cop Killer? That's where it all started. That's a terrible song. It'll make people go out and kill cops. Yeah, like people who are crazy enough to kill the police need a song to make them go out and do it. Like there are kids sitting around in the ghetto right now going, "Man, I love to blast the damn cop." If only I could find the proper musical accompaniment.
My favorite politician is La Cicciolina in Italy. Nice that so many of you know her work. It was brilliant. She's a porno star and she gets elected into their parliament. And that's wonderful. Representing the workers of Italy is a woman from the sex industry, and that is great. Because what do we do? What do we do? All we do is elect the clients.
Even our president is an environmentalist now. President Shrub. Bush. Hedge. Whatever the hell his name is. Guys, he's an oil man. An environmental oil man is like a vegetarian butcher. Sounds like a great idea. It's like kosher pork tartare. I don't get American foreign policy. I don't. We sold arms to Iran, gave military intelligence to both Iran and Iraq. Now, how did that work? Here. Put this gun in your pocket. He's got a gun in his pocket. He knows about the gun, man.
See Bobby Slayton there, so you're having a pop. He was furious, wasn't he?
Bobby, make me a sandwich, Slayton.
The same.
His motto, Rich, is kill or be killed.
He hates the world.
He's furious.
He's angry.
He's mad.
He is.
We know, we got to interview him in the last show.
No.
Yeah, you should be scared.
I am scared. Did you not see my scared face? I was scared. I was scared. But, do you see Will Durst, though? He's brilliant when he went Shrub, Bush. That was so funny.
Well, you can say what you like, Rich, but is George Bush still President of America?
Yes, he is.
No, he's not. It's Bill Clinton now.
God, Bill Clinton's lucky Will Durst hasn't had the idea of comparing him to a small tree. He'd be in trouble then. Or better still, to a seaside town, calling him Bill Frinton. He'd be out on his ear.
Out on his ear. Well, using the Durst satire model, we've decided to try and become world-class satirists and bring down the Canadian government by finding a word that rhymes with or is conceptually related to the name of the Canadian Prime Minister.
Yeah, but unfortunately we've been here for a week now and we haven't managed to find out the name of the Canadian Prime Minister.
No, it hasn't really got an international profile, Canada.
No, it's got nice muffins, though.
Here's Phil Kay.
He's from Scotland and he's never brought down a government in his life.
I've only been in Canada a short while, but I've totally learned to love the place. It's passion, it's people, it's late, it's an incredible country. But underneath there is troubles. There's a big rivalry between the Quebecois French and the English-speaking people. There's a huge rivalry between Canada itself and America, and there's a lot of trouble going along brewing. And I see one way of bringing it all together. Of course, the answer just hit me. Nova Scotia, the Scottishness, re-inject the Scottishness into Canada. Bring it all together under one Scottish umbrella. Put it back together. The happiness will come back again. I'm going to go off now and start a campaign, and I will not rest till I succeed fully.
People of Canada are living under the French thumb and have been doing so for far too long. The time for action is now! I mean, we'll just keep to look around you to see what's going on with this country. Look at the size of your fruit. The fruit and vegetables of this nation have got massive! They're enormous! I mean, look at that, for God's sake, sir! I see that this tomato's about as big as probably as your fucking house! You know what I mean? You say tomato, and we say tomato. Right? You say, I can't have a tomato, and we say, use a tomato, you know what I mean? Scottish soil, we will be importing tons and tons of Scottish soil in Scottish boats. I brought some Scottish rock here. It's much harder and tougher than Canadian rock, and we would implement this for chucking through windows. A lot of time you chuck a Canadian rock at a window and it doesn't do any damage whatsoever. Have I made my point? Nova Scotia, Scotia, get it? I think we discovered this country, all right? I don't need your opinions now, thank you. When I want your opinion, I'll give it you. For too long, Canada has been in the hands of the Canadians. There'll be a new flag, which will be half Canadian, half British, and we'll be joining them together, because don't forget, we're on your side. We started this country. There's been too much French bollocks. It's about time that we... Excuse me, I've just got a gob. Got a wee bit of my throat there. Embassy Regal will be on sale again. We want tiny filter tips. We want flat beer. It's not even blue, for God's sake. It's bloody yellow. It's like piss. Yeah. Excuse me, madam, but I'm trying to make a big point here. Thank you very much, okay? Your bananas look about as ripe as my arse, all right? Remember, Nova Scotia. Get it now. Scotia, of course, rather close as the word Scotland, if you know what I mean. Get it? How much more do I have to say it, right? How much, you stupid bear?
OK, Rich, now this is a satirical model of the Prime Minister here. He's called Chrétien, right?
Chrétien.
Now, can you think, using the Durst model, of a word that's similar to his name, and using it would make him look ridiculous? OK, Chrétien.
No.
Oh, come on, it's easy. Chrétien, what's like...
No, Yeti.
I mean, it's good, but it's not Will Durst, is it?
Well, it's harder than it looks, isn't it?
See you after the break.
Shrub.
The shrubs, nothing
Hedge.
like...
Privet. What? That worked for him.
Hi, I'm Stuart Lee.
I'm called Richard Herring.
And welcome back to the Just for Laughs Comedy Festival here in Montreal. And this week we've been looking at political comedy. Now, you can make that face, Rich, but it'd be wrong to imply that all political satire is smug, unfunny rubbish.
It would be wrong, Stu, because Bill Hicks was very good, wasn't he?
He was.
And some of the others.
Yeah.
Mainly working in the 18th century.
You're right, yeah.
The good ones. But there is a tribute coming up to Bill Hicks later, so stay tuned.
That's right, but I think when you think of Hicks, it's not really true of him, but at all, but sometimes when people die young, they have a kind of critical acclaim retroactively conferred on them just as a result of the tragedy, you know.
It's very true, Stu. I mean, imagine what it would have been like if, say, Griff Rhys-Jones had died young.
Yeah.
Good, wouldn't it?
Well, it'd be good for his critical standing, you mean?
No, it would have been good.
Yeah, it'd be good, yeah, you're right, yeah.
Scott Capurro! Brilliant, come on, give it up! Scott Capurro!
Thank you very much. It's very nice to be here. I was in Mrs. Doubtfire, and people always say, "Oh, we love that movie." You were in that movie? We love that movie. What part did you play? I'm like, oh, I played Aunt Jack. Aunt Jack? That was a gay part. Are you gay? I'm like, well, not before the film, but oh, that research. Oh, man. Take after take. Boy, did I take it. It's strange to be on the road again, traveling. I was at home in January, ill. I had hepatitis. Anyone else? Show of hands. Clean hands, I hope. It's weird. I had hepatitis A, so don't judge me. All right, that's the one you get from food or, you know, licking someone's ass. And it's strange. Wyman's terms, we're friends. And it's strange. I was hungry, and it's strange, well, it was late. It's strange, snack time. It was strange, though. I'm a big eater.
I don't feel like it's my job to educate straight audiences. I think they know a lot more than people give them credit for. Oftentimes, I'll tell a joke to a straight audience that I'm sure they're not going to get, and they get it every time. And I don't really want to educate people anyway, because I don't think that's my job.
My family helped me out a lot when I was sick. I miss my family. I don't know why. They're total white trash. Oh, my God. My mother tries to be really politically correct, though, because she's trying to fight against her family's racism, you know? So my mom eats, you know, nice foods and drinks decaffeinated coffee and puts these things around everything. Just because if you put this around a word, apparently it makes the word okay, no matter how evil the word might be. It's very politically correct to do this. So it's okay to say that my sister's dating a darkie, I'm a dick smoker, the whole family are drunks. And whenever...
I think there is no agenda in gay comedy. I think a good comic, whether he's gay or not, or she is gay or straight, just wants to get laughs and entertain the audience.
Whenever I see my mother warming up her fingers, I think, oh, here it comes. Another inappropriate question. She's like, honey, when you're with your partner, who plays the man? And who plays the woman? And it's so sweet, you know. I try to be patient. She's my mother, after all. I'm like, Mom, I don't play the man or the woman. I play the dog. And then we know, all right. I'll never have my own sitcom. It's strange being here and being single. I'm still single, Rob. And you're the dietitian, am I right? The big guy. We heard all about you upstairs, baby. Actually, you look familiar to me. Can you turn around? No, see, no. That's a little joke for Rob. You're a big boy, aren't you? How tall are you? 5'9". That's tall enough for this ride. And you, wow, bow, boom, boom, bow. And you're here with a girlfriend, though, I hear. Is that right? Which one? Oh, that's your girl. Cute. I want to come on his chest. You know, it's strange. Because, oh, come on. The director's in the back going, we're going to cut that.
I have felt threatened in front of straight audiences before. A couple of times in San Francisco, I had one guy threaten me with a gun from the bar. He had a gun. And then I had another guy throw a beer bottle at me. I've had a woman say some pretty vulgar things to me in a straight club in the suburbs.
I meet a lot of freaks on the road, you know. And it's strange. I was in Toronto in May doing a show there. You know, Toronto. Woo. Nice people, but a little simple, just a little. They're like puppies. Every day's a new day to them, don't you think? Little rainbow brains. They're so polite. And I came off stage in Toronto, and this guy stopped me. He said, "That's great, you do what you do. You tell the audience you're gay." I could never do that. I'm like, "Oh, are you a performer?" "Yes, well, actually, I'm a clown at children's parties." So it might be a little inappropriate for you to come out in front of a room full of 4-year-olds. Could you see that, kids? Paco has to share. I know you think I'm just a big funny clown with a red wig and a big plastic nose, but I'm more than that. I'm a person, with needs and feelings, and hopes and dreams and fears and boundaries. And I need to tell you that I'm a gay clown. I am a gay clown. Any questions? Paco, do you play the man or the woman? Thanks very much. Have a lovely evening. Good night.
Scotch in, French out, Scotch in, French out, Scotch in, French out, French out, French out, Scotch in, French out, Scotch in.
I've done all I can do. My job is done. I have prepared the soil and planted the seed for the flower of Scottishness to bloom in the green Canadian cultural meadow and finally restore Canada to its true greatness once again, its true Scottish greatness. No other way is there for Canada to succeed but to finally become a Scotland in the North American continent again.
Coming up, Bill Hicks, and if you like this, by Ranting E Minor and Arizona Bay on Riker Disc 2 of the best comedy albums ever.
And if you don't like it, you am a twat!
It's great to be here. Thank you. I've been on the road doing comedy for 10 years now, so bear with me while I plaster on a fake smile and plow through this shit one more time. Teasing, it's magic every show. I love being a comedian. It's the greatest job in the world, really. I love the hour, you know, and the greatest thing about it is I don't have a boss. That's a definite plus in the lifestyle, man. You know, every job I ever had with bosses, I was always harassed. Hicks, how come you're not working? Like, oh, there's nothing to do. Well, you pretend like you're working. Why don't you pretend I'm working? Yeah, man, you get paid more than me, you fantasize. Yeah, I'll pretend I'm mopping. Knock yourself out. I'll pretend they're buying stuff. We can close up. Love being a comedian, but I hate the travel part of it. Travel sucks. Sitting in airports, sitting on the plane, on the runway, and the plane won't take off. My personal favorite. Frequent waiting. Telling you, every time I see a hijacking on the news now, I just think to myself, do it. Fuck it. Let's see how far you get. I paid and didn't get off the ground, man. I've thought about that, putting a gun to a pilot's head. That'd feel real good. Just one time. This is a hijacking. Where do you want to go, Cuba? No, I want to go where this plane was supposed to be 5 fucking hours ago! That's right, I'm hijacking this plane to its scheduled destination. Who's in? Who's in? It's a very depressing year, I found, in the States, you know? All year long, I had that flag hoopla, right? I mean, I personally do not believe in burning the flag. It's a personal belief, but I'll tell you something. I think people are overreacting. Oh, just a little bit. Hey, buddy, my daddy died for that flag. Well, I bought mine. Sorry. You know, they sell them at Kmart for $3. You're in, you're out, brand new flag. No violence was necessary. Hey, buddy, my daddy died in the Korean War for that flag. What a coincidence. My flag was made in Korea. The merchant has no country. Also followed the war on drugs all year. This is unbelievable. I love when George Bush came out and said, "We are losing the war on drugs." You know what that implies? There's a war being fought, and people on drugs are winning it. What does that tell you? Some smart, creative people on that side. They're winning a war, and they're fucked up. You know the problem with the war on drugs? They fight it like the colonials fought the Indians. They're walking in a straight line in red coats in empty fields. Indians are up in trees going, are they fighting us? We're not even in that field. I guess we're winning. I used to do drugs and I quit, okay? But I have nothing against drugs. Sort of a strange idea, huh? Yeah. I'll tell you something else, and I know this is not a very popular idea. You don't hear it very often, but it's the truth. I have taken drugs before, and I had a real good time. Sorry. Didn't murder anybody, didn't rob anybody, didn't rape anybody, didn't beat anybody, didn't lose any jobs, laughed my ass off, and went about my fucking day. Sorry. Where's my commercial? Shit, man, I'll be the guy holding that skillet in that commercial. That ain't a brain, that's breakfast! God, I'm hungry. That's what I hate about that thing. All day long you see those commercials. Here's your brain on drugs. Just say no. Why do you think they call it dope? And what's the next commercial? This bud's for you. Come on, let's be hypocritical bastards. It's okay to drink your drug. We meant those other drugs, those untaxed drugs. Yeah. I'm not promoting drugs. I've had some weird times on them, actually. One time, me and 3 friends dropped acid, drove around in my dad's car. He's got one of those talking cars. We're tripping. Car goes, the door is ajar. We pulled over, thought about that for 12 hours. How can a door be on a jar? How can a jar be on a car? What the hell are we looking at here? Shit, man, I got pulled over tripping on acid once. Woo, that was a long night. Cops were tapping on this window. We're staring at them in this mirror. How tall are you? Let's put them in the jar.
Wait, Stu, I've got it. Chrétien. Crétin.
That's brilliant, Rich.
Yes. Hooray.
And listen, it's kicked off, Rich. The Canadian ruling classes are being strung up from the lampposts. Canada is free.
Hooray for satire.
You are going to be in such trouble now.
It was only a rhyme.
Doesn't matter, you're in trouble.
I don't care. I don't live in Canada anyway. I live in England. Tony Blair, funny hair. William Hague, stop the plague. I'm cooking.
See you next time.
Tomorrow night's Britcom features the wonderful Gale Tuesday in Gale's World. Coming up next, though, there's Friction, and I'm not talking about stick rubbing. Ellen, after Robin. You mean stick rubbing, exactly?